Inner Circle Trader, scam, truth revealed. Before the evidence. Special note, this information is for educational and public service announcement purposes only. This has absolutely zero malicious intent or malice and is provided as is with the latest facts and evidence we have at the time of release of this video content. This may not be used to harass, etc. We only hope that the public consumer looking for truthful information to make an informed purchasing decision in their trading education has accurate details to assess their personal choice when choosing to participate in various related programs.
Alrighty then, mic check, mic check. Let's crank that music on down here tonight. This is going to be part one of a series, and we're going to go straight through a whole lot of things. You may need to pause the videos if you want to go back through things, because I am going to go through it rather quickly. Tonight we're going to be discussing ICT precision. Those of you guys who have been following along with ICT for a very long time, you know that ICT has claimed over many occasions that I am 90% hit rate, and I am the best 90%. I make huge trades, not these little baby trades, you know. So let's talk about precision here today. We have seen some evidence. We've been presented with them from ICT. I consider myself to be a little bit of an ICT historian. You guys are going to see a bit of that here this evening. I am going to just come here and share with you the facts and the evidence that we have. You guys come to your own conclusions. We are here to present facts here this evening. But let's go through the current results. So ICT has recently gone through and put in day after day, very difficult to, again, filtering through all of the BS. We have gone through and pulled those from his PDFs, got those into Excel sheets, and went ahead and put this into a real equity graph. He claims that he's worked for equity firms in the past, which is all horse mess, but he should have known that you should be presenting your evidence of your P&L curves that you get to see drawdowns, obviously like this one here, and your first month where you're not going anywhere in your first set of trades. These things should be in an equity curve, so we went ahead and did that for you. Don't worry. But let's go into the actual stats themselves. This looks like a 45-degree angle up. That's fantastic and great. But these claims of 90% hit rates and high profit factors are things that we really need to drill into. And again, you be the judge. If you guys want a 50% trade style, ICT may have it for you, because what did we find? Well, here are the real stats on ICT. Now, these are less important than the ones that we're going to show from, previous results that he has shown online in his Twitter feeds that he has deleted in the past. We're going to bring some of that up here so you guys can, again, judge for yourselves, but we're going to be the historians on the ICT fraud network. Now, going in here, you guys can look at the stats. The ones that we're going to focus in on here are going to be the percent profitable. Does that look like 90% to you? I'm going with no. So you're 53%, rounded up a little bit. 54%, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt at 54%. That's pretty bad. Now, mind you, that's through a period of time where the markets were very volatile and you should have been able to crush the markets, especially using the NASDAQ. He did not do this on Forex. Forex is much slower. We call it Snorex around here for a reason, because it generally is not near as volatile, does not have the movement. So for him to only be able to eke out a 54% return rate on NASDAQ is absolutely terrible. Now let's go into the profit factor though. Well, maybe he had big trades, right? Big trades off of 50%. Nope. A 1-to-1 right there. 1.05. It may as well be 1. A 1-to-1, folks, is not good. Okay, this is not edge. This is not awesome. This is what anybody, any Joe Blow off the street can come in here and go and guess at this. And speaking of guessing, we have some of his own members talking about how he was not trading his own strategies. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you guys facts. These are the stats. Let's move forward. You guys can debate it later on that. So we got the raw data. Let's come over to see what some of his students said inside of his own mentorship. I'm going to read this. Let the bot do the reading here for you. You guys can come and grab this somewhere if you want. Let's move forward. Let's go.
Hi, fam. First of all, I don't want to offend anyone, and I don't want to offend you, Michael. I just want to understand the logic behind some trades that you took with your live account. When Michael posted the live account statements, I decided to study them in depth and recreate every single trade that he entered in order to see how he trades and what is achievable. I was looking for inspiration in order to improve my trading and keep learning. I found that a lot of the trades don't follow the rules that Michael established on the YT model. Stop run of HTF1H 15 minutes or higher to BMS 5 minutes to 1 minute, characterized by breaking a Shishar SL with a FVG, giving us an IOFED where we can enter a name for the equilibrium of the range. I will post here an example of a trading day. March 15th, 22. Starting capital, 48,539.65. Total trades entered that day, 28. Ending capital, 48,850. Equity low of the day, 45,849.10. Minus 5% of starting capital. Equity high of the day, 48,959.00 plus 0.86% of starting capital. Here are the trades of the day. First of all, I am going to show you the legend in order to understand entries and exits. Entries are at the price of the candle where the risk-reward box starts, and exits at the price of the candle where it ends. If the box has a red X, means that that trade was not profitable. If it has a red dollar, it means that it was profitable. As you can see, most of them are super small trades that does not follow the rules established on the YT channel. And
now he's already started saying, well, I'm not out here really showing my style, my real trading, guys. So I don't understand that, folks. Again, these are all just lies. It's not that I don't understand it. I understand he's a fraud and he's just trying to con you guys. So he makes the excuse that, well, I'm not really trying to show you guys the goods. I'm just showing you guys what's realistic. So if he's basically saying what's realistic, he's just saying, well, if you're an ordinary average Joe, you're going to crap at trading. Well, dude, nobody needs to know that. Nobody needs to see that. This is all fraudulent, but carry on. Even his own members are like, dude, I don't get it. Let's hear some of that.
And I want to understand why there are trades even at dead hours when ICT says that we should not trade. The only thing that...
Okay, so even times of day, not even following his own supposed rules around times of day that you should trade or not trade. I mean, this is evident to his own students, evident to me and anybody else. That's kind of silly. If you're trying to teach, what are you doing? My point of this is the guy might want to trade. He can go out there and trade, but he needs to go trade in silence. He needs to keep his mouth closed. He has no business out there mentoring anyone. He's mentoring so that he can make money from you guys. Stop falling for the BS. Carry on.
The only thing that may be occurring is that he may be trading the seconds chart, or he is doing it on purpose. This is just a...
So that's his nice, kind students giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, hey, maybe he's trading, oh, guys, maybe I'm trading the seconds chart. Down to seconds, maybe, because I don't see it. I mean, yeah, they're not seeing it on the minutes chart, hourly charts, any of the stuff that he usually teaches. You know, he's going all the way down to the seconds chart to get it. Well, folks, that's interesting. There are some benefits to going down to a low time frame. That's why we have something called algo bars. I'm going to show you guys some converse, direct correlations between, well, not correlations, in fact, opposite of correlations of how great our traders do versus this kind of mess. And again, you guys judge for yourselves. I'm not trying to get you to come over here and buy my stuff. I am here to be the ICT historian to save folks from this fraud. Carry on.
This is just a random example, but I suggest you to do this exercise for yourself. I did all the days of the 3 months that he traded, and all days are very similar. I don't understand.
All days are very similar. I went through it myself as well afterwards. Again, spent a lot of time combing through this bullshit, and it is complete bullshit. Now, mind you, remember the 3-month window, because I'm going to show you guys some other 3-month windows of ICT again, and why we have claimed before and shown you guys that this guy draws down and blows out accounts 90% of his money in 90 days or less, and we will prove that out continuously. Now, he actually is claiming that he traded for 3 months. Again, when I say 90 days, I mean actually 90 days of trading. I'm not talking about 90 days in a calendar month where you don't have Saturdays and Sundays and days that you don't trade. I'm talking about 90 days of trading, not calendar days, not this 3 months. And he's like, oh, look at me, Vinny, I didn't draw down. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how he's using $255,000 of notional value, claiming that he made 22% when he really only made 1%. And ironically, when he only made 1% on his notional value of single contract, that with that 1%, the markets moved 3.7%, and that's on the ES, not even the NASDAQ, which moved a total of 7.8% over this month. That is insane that you cannot even do that. You are underperforming the natural markets, especially as a trader who can trade both directions. You have that advantage, and you are not doing anything special. Carry on.
I don't understand these executions. I see the logic and I apply it, and it works. Sometimes not, but it works. But I am not able to see the method that he is using, or maybe he is just trolling. But I found for...
So again, I don't know why you guys keep giving him the opportunity to say, well, maybe I'm just trolling people. Folks, this is not a troll. No, people's lives and livelihoods are not to be trolled with when you're talking about coming out here and trading accounts, and you're out there telling people that, hey, they can trade their way into financial freedom and all that kind of whatnot, and then coming out here and doing the trolling thing. If he comes out and tells the trolling excuse, you guys just need to turn off his whole thing. Just delete it. Delete it. Have him delete his YouTube channel. I'm sick of this. Oh, well, I was just out there trolling on Twitter and trying to... If everything he does is a public stunt, then let's finish him. Let's finish this stunt bag. Let's go.
But I found, for example, consistency and win ratios. Month 1, he had 58% WR, month 2, 52%, and month 3, 50%. So if he is doing it on purpose, it has to be planned. I do not see how to...
Again, I think this kid is... I mean, look, he has been drinking the ICT Kool-Aid. I feel bad for this student. believing that there's a possibility that, oh, maybe he's doing it on purpose. Y'all got to be kidding me. He acts like he uses the word pantomime, like it's a fancy word to go out there and say that I am mimicking what a bad trader would do. Bro, nobody needs to see what a bad trader would do. We want to see, can you actually do it? And the whole point is I've proved it over and over again. You can't, and you don't. Next.
I do not see how to proper manage risk with these type of executions. There are days where he has more than 20% of account drawdown, which emo is insane. To sum up, I respect your work a lot, ICT. I see that your theory works and helps a lot with analysis. I did not mean to be disrespectful at all, and maybe is a complicated subject, but I just want to know if you are doing this just to troll on YT or to make a statement about even without following strictly the rules you can be profitable. Just saw this thread in the forum.
So 20% drawdowns, it's actually more than that. He was being generous and saying that it was more than that. And he is giving himself a 25K buffer. So let's just remember, let's all start with this whole thing. Now, in this, where we have gotten him to go out there and we've just shown so much evidence that this guy's a fraud. He's like, I'm going to prove it and I'm not. I'm going to go out here and trade a little bit. I'm going to show you guys what's up. This is the worst trading stats I've seen of any professional mentor. This is absolute suckage. Now, he takes 25K as a buffer. You guys want to see what I can do with 25K? This is insane, okay? So he gets one contract on this. That way, he's hoping that he won't blow out. This is his protection. He planned this because he's like, well, Vinny, show me, I won't draw down 90%. Imagine if he took a 5K account like he originally did, because I'm going to show you guys his previous, when he could just go out there. He's like, listen, guys, he's like, guys, you can do what I can do. I mean, I used to be a pizza boy. I was able to come and become a multimillionaire with Forex and blah, blah, blah. Oh, that was a lie. But he went out there and he did a 5K account before. Always small accounts and running them big. All of a sudden, is he running a small account? No. He wants to come over here, run a 25K account because he wants the buffer to save his ass. So he's only trading one contract. This is called protection. This is called massive risk management. Now, folks, if you think that you're going to start with a 25K account and you're all like, well, just praying on the FTMO boards or whatever, if that's your deal, that is fine. But I want to make sure you guys know that we're going to go in the history and show you guys that all the other stuff he's done in the past was all BS as well. And this is BS, in my opinion, also. But let's do this. Conversely, let's show, so his stats, we already talked about the raw stats, okay? Remember, 50% return rate, 1-to-1. Now, let's look at some of our own members here. Some of our brand new ones. In fact, I'm going to read this guy's testimonial. He says, I am in the last days of my 40 days, and these are my results as of 4/1. I have to admit, I knew nothing about futures when I started. A friend of mine who had already gone through Vinny's training program convinced me to give it a shot. I'm so blessed that I did. I know I have much to learn, but with these results, I know the sky's the limit. The only bad part is my wife hates AlgoBox because I'm spending too much time with it. Thank you, Vinny. I thought that was hilarious. And let's look at his run numbers there. Oh, I already did that one big. Let's do this one. Here we go. So zooming in there. So he is 2.79 profit factor. So he's already almost 3 times as good as ICT's own numbers, and he's at 69%. So percentage is higher. These are the two numbers that anybody should be looking at on any stats. This, I mean, you can basically assess a whole lot of stuff between these two. And I might also throw in max drawdown. Okay, this is a very small drawdown, covering in and hitting 2,800 for a brand new person. That is pretty good stats, I would say, for some of our members there. We'll come back to Day Trader Paradise Fund. Again, him blowing out accounts. He's he lost all of his people's money. That's a whole nother story. We'll come back to that later. More fun stuff to expose in the future on other traders, but we're sticking here on ICT. Let's get into a little bit of the history. So conversely, he's showing 3 months of history, basically not doing jack squat. Okay. Let's go to historical though. A little bit of the history. ICT, we do not actually, I don't even care about this stuff now, bro. You're gonna come in here and like, oh, woozy poozy, you know, play this little song and dance game. What we wanna know is where's the 90% strike rate? Where's that precision? You're like, oh, precision, guys. I'm so precise, guys. I've got the precision. You're always talking about the precise. Bro, this is the most imprecise system I have ever seen. Where conversely, AlgoBox, which is an actual trading system with Edge, does have precision. Now, let's talk about what we're actually concerned about here, Mikey. Okay, you see this? This was back, let me give you a little reminder of history. Remember this, Mikey, when you used to be showing your MetaTrader 4 bullshit? Remember all that? And you claimed that it wasn't fake? Okay, bro, well, we're gonna go ahead and remind everybody, could you guys please help us out? Go over there, now that ICT has opened up his comments, finally, thank you. How about we go and get him to respond to the real questions? ICT, everyone wants to hear you address this $5.8 million bullshit. We want to hear it again, because I'm going to remind everybody the history of all these things. I'm going to show these here quickly. We're going to run through this real quick. I don't want this video to be too long. I'm going to do this in multi-parts because it gets a little bit lengthy. But now let's talk about conversely what you did in the past with 3 months. This supposedly was done in 6 weeks. Everybody counting how many 6 weeks is? That is less than 2 months. So mind you, in 2 months of days, I think he has actually traded about 2 months of days. That's why I think this is fair to do the assessment of back and forth. What happened to the precision, Mikey? What happened to all this amazingness, Mikey? Where's that at, Mikey? Because let's show. Remember, this was you playing this. Remember this little game you used to play? You come over here and wave your little circle around. Be like, look guys, it's real. It's not a screenshot. Look at this. Huh? Look at that. It's pretty neat, huh? Look at that. Look at, there's the dates. Last 3 months. See that? Look at that, guys. I'm up 5.8 mil. Yeah, check that out, guys. Huh? Pretty neat. Yeah, look at me. I'm the best. Remember this, Mikey? Mikey, this is the question we have. We want to know about how you started this whole fraud with everybody, bro. We want to go over here and we want to look at some things. So let me get myself out of the way here. Pull the F-frame logo. Hold on a second. There we go. All right, you guys should be able to see this clearly. I want to make sure this is very, very clear. Okay, here are past tweets. This right here, Mikey, you want to know about this? Here's your 3 month from the past, right? That 5.8 million. Remember when you started running it up and like, missed 2 fills, but I'm close. 2 fills. Man, Mikey, seems like you were a little nervous with your typing there, bro. Is that TWO? Missed 2 fills, but I'm close? Or I don't know, too many fills? I don't know, bro. Missed a few fills, but oh, he ran it from 5K to $197,000. Folks, 5K. Where's the 25K? No, bro. He went 5K. Woo! 5K to 197K, bro. Let's carry on. Let's look at the next one. Then, forget that. Then 5K continuing. 203,000 days later. Oh, continuing on, maybe in the same day, 216. Man, look at these numbers going up, folks. Where is this precision? I have not seen this precision yet. Wow, look at this from 5K running that beast. Look at this, bro, up there. I tell you what, bro. I mean, you're putting me to shame, bro. I mean, look at this. Look at these numbers. Wow, then you're at 1.2 million. Look at that. That is that balanced mark to market. Wow, bro. 5K. Now, people are like, well, maybe it was fake, maybe it was false, whatnot. Oh well, let's carry on. Let's look into some of this, and I want to bring up a little bit of the reckoning, kind of going. Well, we showed some of Vinny's stuff, or some of Vinny's students, but Vinny, what about you? Where's your track records? Okay, well here's mine. Here's my 3 month against Ross. It's approximate, but actual trade days was about 56 actual trade days. Okay, so about same thing, about the 2 week mark where Mikey did. So I think this is a fair assessment to look back and forth. You know, not too bad. That is 66. If you guys, it's a little bit fuzzy right there, but if you play the video, you guys can go see the whole thing. Actually, can I increase the quality? No, it's just how quality goes. So 66% profitable, 2.24 profit factor. How about that? Over a 3 month period, I think that's pretty darn good. Max drawdown. Where's the max drawdown? 11K. You know, it's decent, but for 136K, remember this was, I mean, there's a lot to this. You guys can go watch every single day, which by the way, I recorded all of mine, all of them, so you guys could see them in real time, by the way, live streamed, not recorded, not edited. You guys can go see all of that if you wish. We ran through the whole thing. I'll just pop this through. You guys can see all of the stats on my stuff. ICT is a little bit hard to dig through, but I dug through his just the same way. Pulled these right out of NinjaTrader. Yes, these are screenshots in this video. This is the final video that I ran through, where I had already done this the prior day, but this is a review of it. So this is just the quickest way to come through and see all the things. If you guys want to go check out this video, it's right there. If you want to go to day 55, I'm actually running it through farther. So day 55, I was showing that if you want to go watch this one, go watch day 55, the small account challenge against Ross Cameron. You guys can go see all the stats, go run through the whole thing. And as far as me opening it and going into it, not screenshotted, literally going into everything, you guys can go watch that video right there. And the reason that matters is because ICT brought this up, which again, this is one of these deleted rants. Again, if you guys are going to follow ICT, you know, some of the things that these frauds do, they will say something and then go and oh, delete it. They don't want that out there. Well, one of the things, Mikey, that we want to remind you of, let's zoom in here. Okay, here, you guys want to go pause this or go run it back? I'm not going to go through this whole thing. You guys catch it? Okay, you guys go read it back later. But the part we want to show is sitting in body witnesses areas, stark contrast. There we go. If one looked at my track record during these early days, I gotta do the voice.
It can be easily used to make the case for skill, when in fact it had no skill but merely chance luck in a strong bull market. If a track record is submitted as a form of evidence, demand live access to it in full disclosure not a sample on a screenshot only.
Now, mind you, he said demand live access to it. Okay, well, let's hold him to the same standard, folks. Demand live access to it. Now, he's going to show you his current one, yeah, which is, by the way, crap. We want to know about that $5.8 million one. Where's the one where you're talking about all this precision that everybody's supposed to have, buddy, when they start following your system? Where's all that?
This is why I always say raw crop Robbins is ideal for those who want to compete or show fraudulent results they can exchange, blah, blah, blah. I mean,
well, Robbins Cup, well, let's talk about Robbins Cup real quick. All the evidence for Robbins Cup. Has ICT been in the Robbins Cup? Yes, he has. I'm in Robbins Cup Forex Division 5K, 2018. Let's move this one up out of the way. How about another one? What's this? More evidence of ICT?
Set your sights on a goal. Stick to it. Fuck the haters, debaters. When you make it, you won't give a shit either.
Now, mind you, this is not Robbins. This is the time when, oops, he forgot to put in the negative sign. Everybody who has been and used this platform of MetaTrader 4 knows that if he was trying to show a withdrawal, should have a negative sign in front. This was photoshopped. Yeah, he was serious about this, folks. He was bragging on himself all over the place. He was even saying how his wife was proud of him and things. Made me sick at my stomach back in the day when he did it. Now let's get back to Robbins evidence, because he's talking about Robbins. And mind you, he won't go to the Robbins with me, so let's roll. For the record, if I do not win the Robbins in 2017, I'm a fraud. If I don't know how to eat the cheesecake, okay, that was 2017. So 2017, we got 2018. Let's carry on. How about some more evidence from ICT's Twitter account itself? Here we go. Every month, last trading day, I will tweet the links. I will see my results. Everything will be in public. You
won't be following me in my trades. For the record, I will publicly open my MyFX book. I will be in the Robbins World Cup. I will be quiet while I trade and mentor my group. I'm coming to collect my shitty ass Robbins. Pussy boy.
And he's talking to Zion Forex Line. If you guys are going to hear the history of some people, go check out this guy out there on Twitter. I don't know if he's actually around now. I think he's old now, and I don't even know if he's tweeting anymore. But you guys might want to go check him out if you want to go hear the history, or you can go visit Tom Dante. He will also give you the history of Twitter, and he's been around the block like I have. Here's another one, 2019.
I'll be outlining the Robbins World Cup model. I will be using each month. My goal is 12.5% weekly compounded Forex mergers, blah, 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 blah. I will scalp the first month to see if they screw with me, and then OSOC every week thereafter.
Oh, and another blowout. 3 years in a row that we have recorded, and we don't know about the fourth, so I only tell you guys about the stuff that I know about. Let's bring this one down. Here's an email.
I share my track record and time fields over the blah, 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 blah.
You guys can read all that, but the main thing at the very bottom.
I will be in Robbins. I guess watch the outcome in December.
There you go. That's from an email to one of his students right there. Let's carry on. Mind you, ICT never even got on the leaderboard, but let's read a few more things here, and then I will cut to part 2, because this is about to get super, super juicy. Actually, I got this one over here to the left. I'll come back to that one. Oh man, I probably needed that one open. Okay, I need to put that on my left-hand chart up here, because we've got some more fun coming. Yes, I covered all those. So, a few more items here before we wrap on part 1 here, and it's gonna get real juicy in part 2, folks. You think this is hot? It ain't even started. Barely touching the surface of the stuff we need to go over with the public. You guys just need to know why I believe you should be avoiding the ICT. And if you still want to follow it, hey, it's up to you. As long as you know the truth will set you free. And if you want to stay in bondage, then stay there. Okay. Here's from his some people who know him from the super duper passes all the way back to Baby Pips days and beyond. Let's go. Tell you it's not a case. He took loss after loss. The bottom line is he canceled all his accounts because he failed his challenge. The last thing people saw him was losing 5% on a trade yesterday. It comes to the point where I don't even have to shy away from saying this now. ICT was a liar. He lied on multiple occasions about everything from his trading, his wealth, his guns, I would guess his name. The CFTC do not threaten people into closing my FX book accounts or threads on forums. It falls under freedom of speech. Basically, he's referencing all the excuses that he's had in the past. Falls under freedom of speech and information. He lied about this. You can check with him yourself about the legality of posting YouTube videos, technical analysis. Nobody cares. ICT's emotions become very clear to everyone over the past few weeks. It was blindingly obvious that he could not trade, and that could not be backed up by any of his claims. And I'm going to keep that one over here on the left because we'll be coming back and needing to reference that soon in some court cases. Let's carry on. One more here, and then we're going to cut to part 2, and it is going to be juicy. Actually, I'm going to get to the part where myself and 3 other Twitter members are involved, and then I'll stop there. Let's carry on. First thing, this is from Launch 52, back to 2015. First thing, I have stopped following ICT. I've learned a lot about reading charts and estimating reasonable goals from trading from him. I am now disenchanted with him. He has been producing materials for years now, and the culmination should be showing us how to grow an account, live or demo. He promised us over the shoulder for years, but with conditions, which was in the fall. He went to Baby Pips to announce his 5K live account. Then he was so excited about the additional followers, then nothing happened. Okay, because he got a bunch of followers, right? He always does this stuff to get the followers because he ultimately wanted to sell. Then nothing happened. That reminds me of last Halloween, when he created his nice graphics to announce the start of a series. Then the day before the series, he said, "You are ready for this countdown?" Then poof, he was gone for 2 more weeks. Since the summer, he has started 2 demo accounts that went nowhere. He said he was going to trade a 100K account. Then the account was like 5K. Then he was trading 15 and 10 lots. To make things even worse, he was down 30%. He increased his lots. He's supposed to be a seasoned trader. Even if he does like this on his own account, he should only be using what he thought. Should only use what he thought. I thought the objective was to show us to apply the teachings. Anyway, I don't want to read this whole thing. He basically winds up, says, "I don't consider myself to be a troll. I've been studying ICT for 2.5 years. Wow. Still break even. I'm disappointed that ICT can't grow an account." Well, that's the whole thing. Like, look, I get it. Traders are going to fail. There are people who are just never going to trade, not going to be able to trade. I totally get that. I'm not saying that everybody should be successful who goes through ICT. Absolutely not. But if the man himself cannot do it, my point is stop it. Can't grow an account. Order blocks are always present, but not even ICT can consistently pick the right one in a demo account. He will tweet after the fact and make you feel inadequate though. ICT, get real, stop rounding up new followers, show old followers you can trade. Next. Here we go, another one. It pains me to write this, but if I can save one other person from ICT scam, then it will be worth it. If you're reading this and are thinking, well, this guy kind of sounds like me. Signing up this members, when was this? Do I have a year? 2018. Thinking about signing up for membership, then absolutely don't! Exclamation marks. Complete BS. I am a former student of ICT and was original member when he started the mentorship. I was $150 per month and I was in there for 9 months before I realized it was complete and edited due to forum violation. Beep. Please do your research on him. He made everyone sign basically a secrecy document, meaning you cannot leak any of the content. He also makes you sign a satisfaction agreement at the end of every month, so you cannot have your money refunded. He is a complete fraud. During my time in the mentorship, I personally saw him blow 2 accounts. Then he just makes excuses up. This man is nothing but a criminal, and I am in the process of trying to take legal action against him in order to save everyone else from this bullshit scam. Well, wherever this person failed, I don't know. Steely, if anybody wants to get a hold of Steely, I don't know who this is, but I'm Vinny Mini. If you want to come help me out, I'm already in the process of doing that. I'm following through on maybe what you were unable to do. It's all good. I have all the videos saved from time in the mentorship, edited, so he can't try to sue me leaking his content, but I want to expose this crook for what he is. And like I said, if I can save one person, it'll be worth it. He is opening up another mentorship, even though he swore up and down last year he was going to be the only one. History again and again. Here's my question to him. He put out a poll and said, hey, when I was telling him, hey bro, let's go in a trading competition, and I told him he's scared, he won't go after it with me. He kept claiming that he was going to do 3 million into an escrow. I told him I would make it 5, let's go. He said, he didn't respond to the 5 mil. The 3 million, he never escrowed. Folks, are you guys still waiting for him to escrow? Because I know I am. And I said, if he wants to get in a trading competition with me, when I beat him, because there's, absolutely, there's no way I can't beat this guy. This guy's an absolute turd when it comes to the actual trading. He's got absolute crap results. So, I mean, where is it? I'd like to give that to my charity. So ICT, if you're listening to this, we're waiting for that 3 million escrow. You talk big, bro, but you got nothing. This one, everybody who keeps saying that, well, he doesn't know who Vinny is and whatnot. Well, he seems to, on occasion when he feels it necessary, that he knows exactly who I am. And I'm not going to read through all this, but you guys can go and take the evidence for yourself. He wants to start talking about my track records. That's absolutely fine. He can come and talk about the track records. He wants to try to joke or say something about the Collective 2 that has been shown before. We've explained all of this before. We already showed all of this, and you guys can go and see it. We did quite well in Forex. It was a 1.5 year long track record. You can see this area here. This is not me trading at all. Then over here, somebody said that, hey, they fixed their futures problems. I proved out that no, they haven't. And there's a whole video around that whole thing. You guys can go and check that one out. Or if you guys want me to make another one, I don't mind. I'll do another one. Hey man, I love showcasing my work and my efforts. Not a problem. There is also, if you guys want to go to Vinny Mini Forex channel, did you guys know that I used to have a Forex channel? You guys, I was recording those every single day, and people could actually copy my trades. They were copying them from Collective 2 on my Forex trading account. I can get to that one over here. 1 second.
Live here tonight, it is the finale of the, I don't know, the Big Hair Con.
Your channel. All right. So, recording all of those days on my account where people could actually copy my account. They could copy them, third-party verified, all of them live streamed on my Forex channel. You guys can go check that one out yourself. You want to see that? You know, more than welcome to go for it. Still way better than his results over here. In fact, so here, you guys can come in here to go see the results as well. Let's do hashtag third party, no, TFTRD. Verified track record. And here are all the stats rundowns. You can look at the full performance. I know they say everybody has to say hypothetical, but these were live trades. You can go down here and see this came off of Collective 2's site, 1,255 trades over the time period. This was in Forex, Snorex. You know, you guys can go look at the big trades that we ran through that entire process. Here's what the equity curve P&L looked like. People were actually copying the trades. This made over 129% over that year, $60,000, not too bad. And you guys want to go look at all the stats on any of that, you guys can go and check that out for third-party verified track records. Okay. So leave that over there. Again, comparing to the old ICT-inator, here is ICT when he made that $5.8 million run and whatnot. Here are the folks kind of calling him out on it. Here's ICT saying, before I go, stock market is about to crash. Go grab your popcorn, much of this shit's about to get real. If I am a fraud, this will expose me. Please, pretty please hold me up to it. Update you in February. He said that the market was going to crash. And if it didn't, well, then he was a fraud. Well, interestingly enough, that was back in 2017. Anybody see the market crash? No, it didn't. In fact, we've been running up higher and higher and higher because he doesn't understand that, he doesn't understand how the dollar plays into things. If they continue to print dollars, everything goes up. And his lack of knowledge of the markets is absolutely insane. 3.4 million, hey? Well, even Guru Leaks is laughing about this. He was trying to tag Tom Dante at the time, and I see your stops. Here's where stuff gets starting to get real juicy. Forex scam artist, and calling him out, saying, well, here he is in his little tiny apartment, which I believe we have a picture of right here. Same thing, you guys, actually this tweet is still out there. You guys can go check this out. I have the address on this. How have we confirmed it? I'm gonna read this right up here. This is from judgment in favor of defendant entered in, and I'm not gonna give full details, but I will tell you that we have the names of the attorneys. So attorney defending, we've got Gregory Fanshaw, and the other defending attorney for the plaintiff is Jack Ryan Terziu. And this was a person, first name, I'll just call it Mary, versus Michael J. Huddleston. And the addresses and things that we have confirmed on this address are the ones in the city of, I'm just going to give a city, of Dundalk, Maryland. And the address is an apartment, and this is apartment E. We're just going to leave it right there. That all the stuff when he said that he lived in a 12,000 square foot mansion and all that, and running around in Lambos, that was all lies. Carry on, next. ICT claiming that the only way that he'll ever compete against somebody is to go into the Robins. Well, that's BS. This was him out there on Instagram getting in one with somebody else, so he keeps denying that he'll, you know, he seems to be scared to go up with me, and he's like, well, Vinny, he just doesn't go up against anybody. Oh, really? I mean, he's out there talking smack. He's ready to do this. He's like, here's how we're going to do it. The IB clears our trades, no more than 2% risk, first to drop under 50K, gives the other guy bounce. This is his whole thing. Guys, go check that out there. Here's a pretty juicy one. Somebody said, hey, trade it to $3 billion. He said, oh, I don't have 3 months to spend on it. So he claims that he could run his account up to $1 billion in 3 months. That's basically what he's saying right there. Parties groomed, they are hand selected, and don't see them coming slapping you on the shoulder, but that's what he said. There's not an application process. You understand my point. So he's basically going to say, look, they came and found me, right? This is his whole thing.
Listen, guys, I'm so special. They found me. They tapped me on the shoulder. Like, it's so, I was groomed for smart money.
Yeah, this is all lies. This is all made up. This is like trying to tell your kid about Santa Claus. You got to make a story up that he's some magical, mystical character.
You have better odds of winning the lottery 7 weeks in a row and being struck by lightning and tapped in. Folks need to let that go.
So somebody said, well, obviously Enigma is blah, blah, blah. He said,
that guy's a clown, and Enigma is the source code to all price delivery.
Enigma.
Before the fee is delivered to banks, it is routed, and in this route, there are dampers and dividers that send it to top-tier banks. Before they get it, I see it.
Okay, bro. Sorry, I had to break. I had to break there.
Sit down with your nonsense and stupid clout chasing. Still waiting for that challenge in 2 pips, King. LOL, Prozer.
Okay, so there's his, I've got the mystery meat, and he sees everything before everybody else does. This is what happens if you go directly and you kind of advertise about the MetaTrader 4 scam. They will copyright strike you. Just a note on that for MetaTrader 4. Everybody keeps going like, well, why don't you show it more directly? Well, you can, but you get copyright strikes. There you go. But everybody knows by now that MetaTrader 4 is faked. ICT was part of the crew of people who did that. Again, here is the evidence. Here is his 5.8 million. He got asked by some big names in Twitter to, hey, can you please prove this? I think it would be good for the community, whatnot. He goes out there, he thought he had it, and then he missed a freaking minus sign, and the withdrawal was fake, all faked back then. And carry on. This was the Robbins thing. We talked about that. When you guys see the name of Macro Hedge, we will be at the end of this video and we will go into the next. Robbins' account was down 60%, then he deleted it. Okay, this is from his own folks. Pip Sniper, this is a huge one right here. Pip Sniper, big guy in his crew over there. I think he was one of his moderators, basically right-hand man, knows all the stuff, and he got sick of it. He was done with it, announces to the public, ICT is down on the Robbins, 60%, then he deleted it. He's scamming you, can't even trade his own methods. Mind you, in the same year, when he did this, I got good word from Joel Robbins. He didn't just stop at 60%, he blew 90%. He started with a 5K account, he left there with $500. That is a 90% failure rate in the Robbins. Congratulations, ICT, you are bad. You cannot trade. ICT only stands for I can't trade. He's scamming you and can't even trade his own methods, which this is my accusation even right now. He's not trading his own methods. All this OTE, BS, and even FVGs, like his own students are like, I don't see them, they're not there. Where are they? Down on the seconds chart? Because we ain't seeing them on any of the other charts. Sorry, bro, you are wrecked. Then he purchases public Twitter to hide it all, beware of a scam. So this is after he went and purged everything. Now he used to purge it all, well then he eventually deleted everything so that he could try to hide this whole thing, which is why we have the authorities involved so that we can subpoena and pull the records ourselves when we go to court with this monster. 8 months of my life wasted, what a great guy. Stands to make well over 1 million from all of you. Ask yourself, what has he shown? You have, what was already there, free sweat FA. Already got people messaging me saying ICT booted me for sharing content, LOL. Ask yourself, what's to share? He's shown nothing new in 8 months. As far as this goes, one thing I want to bring up, he had originally told people that, hey, I'm going to give all that money to charity. Well, there was no charity to be found. He is actually illegal. He told people it was going to charity. It did not. He pocketed it. He needs to be held accountable, and we will help him out with that. Those of you guys who were wondering, you guys keep calling me a racist and whatnot because I'm simply pointing out that the majority of all of the people who are touting up ICT these days, because after he has been exposed as a fraud, are coming from two main components, main areas. This is just traffic data, specifically Nigeria, South Africa. Nigeria is the actual #1 on Google's list. South Africa is #8. Both of these places are notorious for promoting ICT stuff, and I've already been through that in other videos, so I'm not going to address that again. Enough talking, Mikey. Put it up in the escrow and let's go. I have said it multiple times. If he wants to go toe to toe, I would be glad to showcase our work next to his. That's easy peasy, and he's a shit trader. Let's carry on. This is another person saying, hey, go to the Robbins Cup. I've already addressed all this. You guys can read all this. I am up for it. If ICT goes, I will go. I literally reversed the thing. I have already won multiple trading competitions. You guys think that I am faking that, or ICT has claimed that they weren't legit competitions. We are going to showcase what those were here in just a moment. But I have flipped the tables. ICT keeps saying that he won't do the Robbins unless somebody else gets on a leaderboard. I am flipping that. Look, ICT has talked about Robbins for forever. I've already said that the whole Robbins thing is easy to fraud because it only shows the top 5. So if you're only showing the top 5 people, then as ICT blows out his account below what I call the water line right there, all the people who are dead in the water down here, you don't even see how bad they did or how terrible their system was. I think the Robbins Cup is a bad idea, but ICT has never been able to get up on here, and he's done it for at least 3 years, but we have a feeling that it was 4. He never got on the leaderboard at all, although he claimed to Tom Dante that he did. And I'm gonna show you guys that here in just a moment, but let's carry on. So, here's how it is, ICT. You get on the leaderboard, big boy. You get into this 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 spot, and not only I get it because I actually acknowledge the fact that you will have had a head start. If you get on the leaderboard, I will join into the Robbins and I will smash your ass. I won't even use the AlgoBox entry system. I will use AlgoBox to chart on things, and I will figure out some way with any other broker that they will accept, because they don't allow NinjaTrader brokerage, but I will figure out a way to get mine on there, and I will beat your account 10x because AlgoBox is that good. And if an AlgoBox system cannot beat you 10x, as I said before, 10x profits, if I have already given you a 10x head start, if I cannot beat you by 10x, I will delete my whole fucking YouTube channel, and I will issue you an apology, and I will tell everyone that, hey, you might be legit. Shit. Next. All right, he asked for evidence of him where he attacked my family. Folks, I have already shown that. I've got that over to the police, the authorities, and the FBI, and he's gonna get knock knocks. I have already proven that out. He did it publicly. He doxed, and then he paid his right-hand man, Mr. Fields, Shane Fields. I will name him right there, already addressed by the police. You guys can go look up his information. Shane Fields is one of his little henchmen that calls himself the intelligent one. He uses identity theft, and we tracked him all the way down. I spent a lot of time and money finding Mr. Fields and how he's running his scam. He was actually impersonating a 70-plus-year-old man and had stolen, well, not stolen, he stole his identity, but he was using his phone information and moving back and forth through his voicemails in order to hide his fraud, but his name was caught from the police, and Mr. Shane Fields is being brought to justice as we speak and is giving evidence that ICT is the one who put him up to it, because he's also the same one who called into Ty's program. If you guys remember me showing that in a video, he says, I don't want an apology, I'm bringing punishment. ICT is saying he's gonna bring punishment. Well, trying to hack my phones and attack my family and delivering stuff to my house, I don't think is appropriate, but let's carry on. Now, for a guy who keeps continuously always saying that, hey, well, no, we're going to show the car thing in a bit. We'll just come back. All right, here we go. Finally, let's get to macro hedge. Just a little bit longer than I expected it to be in the video. I apologize, but I promise I will make the other ones a little bit shorter, to the point, and cut some pieces out, although I try to do as much as I could to speed this along. Inner Circle Trader, Michael, why are you backing out of yet another contest? This was back in, I believe, 2019. Contest, and you have a track record of minus 97%. I beat macro hedge, you backed out from macro. Therefore, I already beat you once. Now, why are you backing out again? Because I was basically called him out over and over. And why are you doxing me? Shameful fraud, nothing more. And this was blanked out because this is them showing my personal information. Yada, I don't appreciate that. Now, here's Real Dollar Fire. This is Adam Webb of Macro Hedge, who at one point had Real Dollar Fire. He got his account banned, you know, yada yada, all that kind of stuff. He's talking to Trader Dante and ICT. So these guys, if you guys want to know the history, you want to verify it, back it up with any of these guys who have been around the industry for a while, not just me, go check it out with, I believe right now his new name is Trader Skew. And you can reach out to Trader Dante as well to verify any of this type of information. I lost to Vinny E. Mini, and you bailed on my challenge before. We are deep in your type B disorder now. If Vinny hasn't torn you a new fifth arsehole when he reads this tweet, I suggest you challenge him. This is the admission that I had beat him. It's not just the only one. Let's carry on and see others. Here's ICT trying to prove, oh yeah, well, I'm worth a lot. Look at me, I got $1 million in my bank account. My wife is so happy with me. Folks, that's y'all's money. That is not trader money. He claimed that he was worth $750 million, whereas the other zeros is my question, but that's ICT. He showed that for everybody. And of course, here we go. Him showing that his was a real account right there. That is him faking that whole 5.8 million deal, trying to prove to people that this was legit. It was not. And again, I'm going to reiterate, this is huge. This is illegal. You cannot do this. And that's how he started his fraud to begin with, so that you guys would start buying his stuff. You had to put it up big in order to hit big. And here we go, carrying on. Here are the records. If I can, I think I can zoom in it this way. Scroll down. Crew getting halted more times than ICT's live trading accounts. This is Trader Skew. If you guys want to go verify with him, his name is Adam Webb. Again, he and I have had our beefs back and forth, but hey, at least here he was telling the truth. Hey everyone, this is Adam Webb, Dollar Fire. The wuss that wanted to dox me online and never had the balls to actually trade with me in live funds. Oh, he wanted to go live funds. Interesting. I am still willing to ragdoll you, bub, or are you still going to stay scared? Give him a follow, he is begging. Now what's interesting is, he comes back to him, starting this whole thing and being like, I want to go against you. Now mind you, Trader Skew, Adam Webb reminded him, bro, you already backed out before, so now you want to come back to it? He's just needing attention. Here he goes. Hello, Adam, I am willing to withdraw my interest in a public contest. I have a reputation to uphold on here. You'd probably win, and my wife would never live it down. I concede you win. Cheers. So he's reminding him, you nonce, bro, you've already backed out before. Says, ready to get schooled outside of MT4. Michael, clear you're on bipolar, blah, blah, blah. But reminding everyone who won the competition. Let's scroll all the way down. They are reminding him that he blew it in the Robins and that he was a fraud. That was pretty funny, but here we go. Me, Vinny Mini, when I was on Twitter before they banned me, fair to remind these two beep beeps that I own the title belt. If there's a challenge, you come through me. Both of these tiny talking beeps have blocked me because they did at the time. Too scared to face me. Someone do me the favor and remind them and direct them my way, because I destroyed them in a trading competition and he backed out. Oh. It's about to get juicier, folks. But we got to go right here. Stay tuned for part 2.